it's so crazy how so many people are either impatient or want to see America fail because Trump has really good ideas. We've
Yeah.
seen the tariffs. Everybody was, oh, it's going to crash the economy. It's going to make inflation go up. All the panicking, as Trump called them. But now look what we were able to do with tariffs. Not only raise $150 billion in new
Billion.
revenue
Yeah.
that didn't come from the American taxpayer's paycheck, but now we're able to use tariffs to coerce people to do what we need to do for American national security. India being a perfect example. Tariffs on them if they keep buying Russia oil, and that pressures Russia to do what we need to do in Ukraine, right?
100%. You couldn't have laid it out better. And I suspect that's what they need to read it as Nobel Prize presentation, because this is genius at work. I've heard people say Trump can't negotiate with terrorists and these ruffians or whatever. And I said, dude, Trump negotiates with Teamsters in New York City. I think he can handle some of those punks out of overseas pretty well. So look, he gets it. This is his game. That's why he's already put in about a 14-hour day already today. He's unstoppable. He is unstoppable, and this is his game, and he gets it. And I think we're going to bear some good fruit. And you're right. I had on my X account at Tim Burchett today. I said this morning, I said Trump's going to collapse everything in 3, 2, 1. No, wait, 3, 2, 1. And I said, no, wait, let's try this again tomorrow. That's all they want. They want him to fail. And why do they want him to fail? They want to open the border. They want to blow our energy because he's exporting energy, making it strong. They want to hurt our defense. They want to hurt our economy. And ultimately, they just want to destroy this country because they want a big woke-utopia that they've created some socialist thing, and then they're going to all be in charge, and they'll be the wealthy, and we'll all be out. And it's in a sense of entitlement, and it goes deep. It's in our colleges and universities, and we need to take it back.
Yeah, I mean, look, they want him to fail too. I mean, we saw this we've been talking about it so much in the news with the Russia hoax. They don't want him to win, because if he wins, all the people who said, you know what, I don't have to vote Democrat and switched over to Trump, guess what? They'll keep doing it. And Democrats are probably more concerned about power than anything else. And really, that's what it's at. They want America to fail so they can succeed, which is why the left is so broken right now. Let me switch gears over to Gaza for a minute, because we saw also, one of the other things that Trump has been very effective on. I mean, look, Iran and Israel this close to a full-blown war. Trump stepped in, ended Iran's ability to produce a nuclear weapon, didn't turn into a giant war as everybody threatened it would. And now we're seeing that Israel has voted to sort of militarize Gaza to try to prevent it from becoming what it was. What's your take on all of that?
Well, Iran was a masterful stroke. Again, Trump brought in the right people. That's what leadership does. There were so many different developments, 15 or 16 different developments in that whole thing. I'm not allowed to go into all of it, but it was I think the hand of God was on this country, because no Americans lost their lives. And the uranium was contained. It was not put up in a cloud. They knew it was in a secure situation. They just closed everything, basically exploded everything around it where they couldn't get to it. And that's great, because it didn't harm any of our friends. As far as Gaza goes, the devil's always in the details. But I noticed Netanyahu said that there was going to be basically a Egyptian group, or a group that was probably a little more moderate, that understands capitalism and things like that, and just how profitable this peace is. It's a lot more profitable than war. And you honestly got some people over there in the Middle East that don't want peace, because once you have peace, once they quit demonizing the other side, they're out of power. And that's, I call those people war pimps. Their business is war, and it's very good. And as long as they're putting young kids into the middle of it, they don't give a rip. They're off living in Qatar or someplace else. And so, yeah, another masterful stroke if we can pull it off. But the devil is in the details, and that these so-called moderates that would be ruling over there would be good. It's funny. I have some Jewish friends, Orthodox Jewish friends actually, and they were telling me how about 15 or 20 years ago they were in Gaza and they were looking at investing in properties over there just because of the beauty of it. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a clean slate now. And there's something to be said too, that it's all these European people that are blasting this thing, trying to blow it wide open, but all the Middle Easterners are embracing this plan. So I think we need to shut up, let them handle their dadgum business. Again, I don't want American boys and girls on the ground. I want it. It's their war again. Let them fight it.
Yep, that's an excellent take, and you're exactly right. And look, in order for there to be lasting peace in the region, you saw President Trump in Saudi Arabia saying, this isn't our mess, and for too long, America's come over here and told you how you should handle it. It's time for you to handle it yourself. But I think the world has an interest, even the Middle East has an interest in Gaza not becoming a terror proxy again. And so I'm hopeful for a long-term permanent solution there, and we'll see that Nobel Prize going to President Trump for that too.